So the Amex Platinum is famous for its perks, but also its industry-leading $895 annual fee. So unless you're someone who travels constantly, you better be very careful what benefits you're getting out of the card, or else that annual fee is going to take you to the cleaners. Today, I'm here to help with that, and I'll show you the 13 things you absolutely must do if you hold the Amex Platinum card. Starting this list at the top is a tip you need to consider as you're approaching your entry into the Amex Platinum. Your first mission is to front load as much value possible, and that means hunting for the biggest sign-up bonus, potentially, as I record today, up to 175,000 membership rewards points. Now, looking back at the history, Amex has exploded the sign-up bonus on this card more than any other card in their lineup in the past few years. Unfortunately, getting the sign-up bonus isn't simple. Amex uses critical language as high as 175,000 membership rewards points. That means you won't know what you're qualified for until you're inside. However, there's still ways to get this offer in your court. Amex is famous for extreme targeting of their sign-up bonuses. That means if you're seeing anything less than this highest potential offer, you need to be using different browsers, different computers, different devices when you search for your application, and even consider waiting a few days before continuing your application search if you're not getting the offer you feel like you deserve. It's worth the trouble of going through all of these steps and taking your time because this sign-up bonus is just that valuable. 175,000 membership rewards points valued at 2 cents a piece. Well, it's over $3,500 in travel value, and that would cover your annual fee for about 4 years if you took absolutely no action and received no benefits in holding the card in its first 4 years, as long as you'd secure that all-time high offer. From a personal standpoint, I'd target 175, but I wouldn't accept anything less than 150. The even better news, regardless of the sign-up bonus you got into the Platinum with, or the one you're considering today, I have even more value that you can control that lies ahead. After you get the card, it's time to put into play its biggest feature, the Global Lounge Collection. This features over 1,550 airport lounges, and you'll now have access to Centurion lounges, Delta Sky Clubs when you're on a Delta ticket, Escape lounges, Lufthansa lounges, Plaza Premium, and Priority Pass lounges. I always encourage someone with the Platinum card to simply Google the Global Lounge Collection, go to the first result, and then search along the stops in your route. Depending on how you value your personal experience inside of that lounge, I like to earmark between $20 and $50, depending on the food and drink or drinks you decide to get during your stay. If you fly a few times a year, this benefit is almost guaranteed to be worth hundreds of dollars, plus another level of premium experiences provided by the card. Additionally, keep an eye out for the new concept sidecar lounges, which will be launching in 2026. This is an exciting twist on a quick food and drink pit stop Amex is rolling out. I cannot wait to see how this changes the lounge experience. Tip number 3 is focused on one of the newest and easiest perks to use on the Platinum card. The refreshed card now comes with $400 in Resi credits, broken down into $100 available each quarter throughout the year. All you have to do to use this is simply enroll in the Resi benefit and then use the card when you pay for meals at participating restaurants. Fortunately, even as of 2023, there are over 16,000 restaurants participating in Resi. And if you live in a bigger city, you're almost guaranteed to have a lot of different options. The way I look at this is that everybody goes out to eat at least a few times over the course of each quarter throughout the year. All you're doing is simply pivoting some of your spend that you may have spent locally without thinking about it into a Resi restaurant and using your Platinum card as your method of payment. Now remember, these aren't free meals, but it's an incredible way to get back the value you've paid into the Platinum card and start to recoup that high annual fee. Just by using the full value of this credit, you're dropping your effective annual fee on the card down to $495. Next up is the revolving strategy I would continue to use to upgrade my wardrobe using 2 credits provided by the Amex Platinum. This is of course the $300 Lululemon credit and the $50 semi-annual Saks Fifth Avenue credit. Now, while these credits are broken up throughout the year, similar to the food situation, you're going to be buying new clothes, right? Even if you didn't shop at Saks Fifth Avenue or at Lululemon before, it just makes sense to at least get a few basics from both of these retailers to continue to add to your closet and take away from some spend you already would have been doing, but would have put into another store without the Platinum card in your wallet. I'd handle these credits this way if I didn't shop at Lulu or Saks Fifth Avenue before holding the card. For Lululemon, I would go to their We Made Too Much section. In there, I could filter by socks, joggers, underwear, shirts, and a ton of other options for under $75. Saks Fifth Avenue has clearance as well, and you can pick up socks, plain t-shirts, underwear, something similar to those categories. Do yourself a favor, just set up a simple reminder quarterly for the Lululemon credit, and then semi-annually for the Saks Fifth Ave credit so you don't miss out on this value throughout the year. Tip number 5 is a special one, and that's because it's brought to you by the sponsor of today's video, SkyKey. And this tip is to guarantee you're getting the best possible price on any flight that you book. Now, I'm excited to share SkyKey with you today because SkyKey solves that exact problem. It's going to be the perfect tool to save you money on the travel you've already been planning to do now that you hold the Amex Platinum. So what does it do? SkyKey is an automated tool that monitors the price on every flight you book as soon as you book it through the time when it takes off for departure. Here's how it works. Signing up for a free SkyKey account could not be simpler. Make sure you use the link below and enter the code RDG upon signup to let SkyKey know that you found out about them from this video. Now, once you sign up, SkyKey begins to monitor the status and price of all of your flights that you've booked. You can upload your tickets to SkyKey manually, or even more incredible, you can link SkyKey to your email, and SkyKey will scan through all of your emails to find booked tickets to then automatically input into its system. If SkyKey finds that a flight you've booked has experienced a price drop before you take off, you'll be credited for the full value of that price drop compared to where you booked at in the form of a future flight credit or refund back to your credit card. The best part about all of this is that unless SkyKey saves you money, it's completely free. If SkyKey does find a better price, you'll only be charged 25% of what that price difference was onto your credit card. Now, I think SkyKey could be an absolute game changer because despite all of our best efforts to use that Google price flight tracker, unless you're an absolute magician and get unbelievably lucky with every flight you book, you're probably not going to book at the absolute lowest price. Let SkyKey automate all of those price savings on their end and take advantage of the benefits on yours. A huge thanks to SkyKey for sponsoring this video and supporting my work. And remember, make sure to use the link below and code RDG to let them know that we sent you. Tip number 6 is to intelligently cover your digital subscriptions. The Platinum card offers $25 a month, $300 annually towards a digital subscription credit. Now, this credit offers some standards like Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, Peacock, but now it also includes YouTube TV. This is a huge move for the card because YouTube TV is the fastest growing and most popular TV streaming service. And I know a lot of people who have gotten into the Platinum card, seen the full value of this credit as a possibility, and even switched their TV provider from some other service onto YouTube TV, understanding that they can get value from their credit card and reduce the cost of their TV streaming all at the same time. Tip number 7 is to maximize the Uber cash benefit. On the Platinum card, you get $15 a month every single month until December, when you get $20, when there's a little bit more spending and a little bit more travel in most people's lives. Of course, you can use Uber Cash for Uber Eats or typical Uber rides. Now, an additional tip to layer on the savings is to activate your complimentary Uber One membership, now granted to you on the Platinum. This offers no delivery fees, exclusive offers, surge savings, and other discounts. And it combos really nicely with takeout meals using your Uber Cash. Now, the most practical use case for me is that even though Uber Eats does offer delivery, I like to save as much money as possible. And when thinking about this credit, I'd always pick the order up myself, even when going through Uber, so I could take the full value of the credit into my pocket and eliminate all the unnecessary fees as much as possible. Tip number 8 is making sure you're elevating your hotel stays. And there are 3 ways to do this. First, the Platinum card gives you automatic Hilton Gold and Marriott Gold Elite status. This means you'll enjoy a variety of perks across the brands like room upgrades, late checkout, and with Hilton, free breakfast at many properties. Now, a credit card providing automatic gold status with 2 of the world's biggest hotel chains is pretty amazing, but the benefits don't stop there. You also have 2 additional options with Amex's own Hotel Collection, which can feel like a certain status level itself. First, you can book through Amex's Hotel Collection and be entitled to upgrades, a $100 property credit, and late checkout. However, there is a 2-night minimum requirement to experience those benefits when booking through Amex. What I like even better is the strategy of booking through the fine hotels and resorts, where you get many of those same benefits, but there is no required minimum stay. That $600 credit is semi-annual, but taking $300 off either the Hotel Collection properties or a fine hotels and resorts property is going to make a significant difference and bring some of those more expensive properties down more in line with maybe what you would have booked had you not held the Platinum. Tip number 9 is yet another way to change your travel experience, and that is getting upgrades in your rental car process, pretty much whichever brand you book with. The Platinum card grants you status to Hertz President Circle, Avis Preferred Plus, and the National Emerald Club Executive level. For these, you can skip the counter, go straight to your rental car, and basically get class car upgrades compared to what you paid. Once you enroll, it's simple to simply attach your Platinum card onto your rental car status, and the rest is automatic from there. I personally can speak to the Hertz President Circle status because this is what I try to go through when I rent vehicles, and just walking right into the President Circle area of the Hertz lot, getting an upgraded car compared to what I paid for, and driving on through. That's a massive difference from waiting in those long airport rental car pickup lines, which can be absolute disasters. Tip number 10 is using the $200 airline credit to essentially wipe away most of the luggage fees. Unless you have a ton of different airline credit cards in your wallet, which some of you out there do, but most of us do not, the $200 airline incidental credit on the Platinum card is an incredible way to fly your bags for essentially free. Each calendar year, you can designate one airline and take $200 worth of airline incidental credits off of your fees charged by that airline. Now, these incidental credits include things like checked bags, Wi-Fi, seat upgrades, or snacks. However, I think the most practical application in all of those is, of course, wiping away baggage fees. Even if you travel a few times a year, the savings here simply makes sense. Number 11 is how to breeze through airport security using a combination of TSA PreCheck and Clear Plus. If you're like the vast majority of people who fly out of a major hub in their journey, well, this could be a huge perk because Clear Plus will verify your identity and allow you to skip the line and go right to the security gate. TSA PreCheck will then allow you to remove minimal things from your bags and walk through with a belt and shoes on, essentially allowing you to take a process that could be 45 minutes to an hour in the worst case and bring that down to just a few minutes thanks to the Amex Platinum. Tip number 12 is transferring your Amex points out for even more value. Now, membership rewards points are great for travel, and as good as they are inside of Amex's travel portal, they get even more valuable when sent outside of the Amex system into other partner brands. Now, Amex has a long list of transfer partners, and the value that is unlocked using these transfer partners is often in booking business or first class flights internationally, or even some domestic flights using airline alliances. This is a bit more of an advanced travel strategy, and I have a number of different videos showing you how to maximize airline transfer partners. Additionally, I have free resources on my website, like a transfer partner guide and a domestic airline alliance guide that can help you determine what points you could use to book specific flights. Make sure to use the link in the description and go to rdguarantee.com/guides to access these free resources. Anyways, this strategy is much more in depth than what we have time for in today's video. However, the option to unlock that excess value is always there, and the main reason why people love Amex membership rewards points so much. Finally, this is tip number 13, and it's my personal pet peeve. Do not make the mistake of using the Amex Platinum as your everyday spend card. Whenever I see someone pull out the Platinum card at the grocery store or in line at the checkout in just any home improvement store or general retailer, I always cringe because they're missing out on so much potential value. By simply pairing the Platinum card with something like the Gold card for restaurants and groceries, or something like the Blue Business Plus as a catch-all for banking membership rewards points, there are better options out there to complement your Platinum card that don't force you to spend on this card for all of your purchases. As we went through with the additional 12 points, This is a benefits and experiences credit card, and it's not meant to be optimized for regular spend outside of booking flights directly with airlines or hotels through Amex's travel portal. By avoiding this mistake and using all of the other benefits that I highlighted in tandem with your strategy, you're going to create a powerhouse setup focused around the most premium luxury travel credit card available today. If you enjoyed the video, it'd mean a lot to me if you just hit that like button to share it with others out there, and consider subscribing to the channel for more content just like this one. And finally, I want to note that I don't value all of these credits and benefits at 100% of what Amex claims they're worth. If you want to see my true valuations on every single important credit on this card, make sure you go to the next video I recommend right here.